There it is.
Oh, well, hello there.
Hello there.
What a sight for sore eyes.
Yes.
Blimey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing? How are you doing, Mr. Jones? Did I ever call you Mr. Jones?
Well, you can, and you should, to be honest. Well, about time we get a bit of respect in here, I think.
Welcome back. Some people have been back for ages.
Whoa.
Whoa.
There we go.
Whoa. Hello. Some people have been back for ages. How long have Northern Ireland schools been back? Probably 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Or at least in the second week. Wales school started Tuesday.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them back first yesterday as well.
Right. And then Scotland have been back for about half a year.
Yeah. Scottish and Northern Ireland teachers are looking at our enthusiasm and they go, "Oh, look at these guys."
Yeah, they have been back in 4 weeks. This is the 4th week, I think, in Scotland. Well, anyway, welcome to everybody. What the devil is going on today, Mr. Jones?
Well, we've got a back-to-school special Adobe Digital Leaders session for you, and we've got a fresh new look, a new background. Took me 6 weeks to make that. And we've got Dom's there in his disco look. There he is. Ooh, nice that. I like that. With aqua.
Did you?
Now then, I'm sure we've got some people joining us today that have never been on a digital leader session before.
Right.
So welcome to you. Welcome to you. And if you've been with us before, then welcome back. As usual, you need to get logged into Adobe Express. So if that's on your browser or if you're on an iPad, we've got the brand new iPad app now, which we'll be looking at today. Then you also need the challenge page, and we've got that on the scrolly at the bottom there. So whilst we're chatting away, you can get logged in, and you can also open up the challenge page on another tab. Let's go through the rules of Adobe Digital Leaders Club, Dom.
Well, I'll do the first two really quickly. So the first one is you can pause whenever you want. That's absolutely fine. If you feel like you're not keeping up, you can pause whenever you want and then just click play whenever you're ready. That's fine. But we will be going back and forth. So there'll be a bit of time to catch up. So don't worry about it too much. But if you can get a few minutes behind, probably best to pause and all that sort of jazz. Number 2 is claim your certificates after these sessions. We will be sending out a thank you email to all the teachers. So when they get that email, you can get a certificate for your participation and completion of tasks, of course. And number 3, Mr. Jones.
Well, now then, we are changing up the swag this year. We're changing it up. So we've changed our third rule to earn a pizza party. So on the follow-up email, and by the way, guys, the only way you'll get that follow-up email is if you're registered for this session. So if you're not registered and you've just hopped onto this live stream, just teachers, get registered right now for this, and you'll get the follow-up email, because that follow-up email will give you your certificates that you can print out and give to everybody who's taken part. But also it'll give you information about how you can earn a pizza party. Basically, we're going to be setting whole school challenges. And if you take part in 3 of those, you will earn yourself a whole school pizza party. That's right, a pizza party for everyone in your school. And you can do that as many times a year as you want. What?
Does that include Hawaiian pizzas, or are they off the menu?
I love Hawaiian pizzas. So,
pineapple on a pizza. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Si, senor. So make sure you're registered. Otherwise, you won't get that follow-up email, and you won't have that info, and you won't have the certificates. Now then, also get your comments into us, please, because we love seeing who's on the call with us. So we've already got a bunch of comments in. Shall we get the challenge page up whilst we do comments, Dom, so that people can get the challenge page maybe?
And let me get
Shall
that
I pop
on.
Yeah,
get me on.
It's a slick machine, this. There we go. There it is.
I'll do this bit, I'll do this bit while Mr. Jones gets some comments up on the screen. There's some known suspects in there. So bit.ly/express BTS for back to school. There's a link. Well, not a link. Well, there is a link up there. So not everyone can get short links, but if you can, there it is. Otherwise, if you're using an iPad, you can use your camera app to open up this page. You can just scan that using the camera. First thing, right? Challenge 1: graphic design. Create an infographic all about you and the things you like. This kind of like a back to school. Who are you? What are you about? What kind of things are you looking forward to, etc., etc. We're going to be using artificial intelligence for your self-portrait.
Nice.
And then, time and God willing, we're going to also be doing a little bit of animation in there. But let's just see how first, because we need to grease the cogs, make sure that we're not so rusty. Because if we do get through, then we can change that graphic into a video with some simple animation, simple voiceovers, a little bit of a soundtrack maybe to make it sound funky. And there we go. A popcorn yellow striped smile as well, wouldn't it?
We've got Year 5 St Mary's Church in Wales School in Bryn Mawr. Welcome to you guys. We've also got Drury Primary School in North Wales, Simai. Dosbarth Malwen are very much looking forward to this. I like the name of that, Dosbarth Malwen. And then we've got New Buildings Primary School. Hello, Shemai, how are you? And then we have got Ysgol Nant y Groes in Colwyn Bay, North Wales. Shemai, welcome to you, Shemai.
Love that name.
And then we've got Trinant Primary School, if that's in Wales. If it's somewhere else, maybe it's Trinant. I don't know, but I think it's Trinant. That would make sense in Welsh. And then we've also got, here we go. It's the project naming police. It's P7 at Temple Patrick Primary. How are you?
Mr.
They've been back.
He's here. He's back
since last Tuesday.
He's back,
you poor dad. Yeah. Is it nearly half term yet? Yes. No, it's not. We've got Pencairai Primary School in Cardiff. Hello, Shemai, to you. And then we've also got Pontegwaith Year 6. Hello, Shemai. We've got a message here about iPad, so it's probably worth saying. It's just an update, so you don't need to download the app, a new app. It's just an update to it. So maybe some schools are going to have to check with your IT wizards about just updating the Adobe Express app.
It can be a sign in, sign out. It can be a delete the app and install the app again. So just check with them. But one between two is absolutely fine.
Yes. Then we got Dosbarth Seiriol Ysgol Nant y Groes here as well. And then the QR isn't working for some schools. So if your QR isn't working, guys, just type in the bit.ly link that's scrolling at the bottom there.
Issue. Some schools can't access short links, but to be honest, you don't necessarily need it. So you don't need to.
That's right. St. Peter's Primary School in Plumbridge are online again. We're regular visitors here with a new class. Looking forward to getting started. Well, welcome to you, new guys. And our final one for now is P7, St. Joseph's Primary School, Dunloy, County Antrim.
Nice.
Right. Welcome to you. Now then, let's kick it off, Dom. So Dom's going to be on the browser and I'm going to be on the iPad. So if you're on a Chromebook, a laptop, a PC, something like that, then you're going to be following along with Dom, and then we'll be passing over to me for the iPad. Okay, here we go. Tell us what we're doing, Dom.
Okie dokie. Right. So we are going to go back and forth quite quickly here because the iPad is completely new, but it's basically looks exactly like this now. So we will switch back and forth so people don't get lost, but it's pretty much the same. So follow along whatever device you're on. And then if you're iPad specific and there are any specific things, Meredith will show you the best way. Right. Let's press the plus. You can also use Create a Graphic over here. Mr. Jones likes doing that, but I do not. So I'm going to go down to Poster down here. I'm a traditionalist. Boring. And then what's the first thing we're going to do, Mr. Jones?
You're going to name it. Otherwise, we're going to get shouted at.
Yeah.
Temple Patrick, you're going to be on us if you don't name that.
Mr. Alcorn, I'll have my guts for garters. Right, back to school graphic, no spaces. That's what we'll go for. Okie dokie. Now that we've got that, let's do a few simple things. Is this a little bit large, actually? Do you think I should resize to a flyer? Actually, no, you know, it gives us more space, doesn't it? Yeah, it's fine. Right, I'm just going to use my trackpad. I'm using my fingers to just zoom in a little bit, but you can also use this little thing over here to find the kind of percentage which works for you. Background colors, what I'm going to go for first. You can go for more colors down the bottom here, and it gives you a smorgasbord of different colors. I'll go down there. That one's looking good to me. And then I'm going to go over to elements. You can see it on the left-hand side here. Add shapes and backgrounds. Well, yes, thank you very much. And lots more, in fact. Shapes, a rectangle, get it in there. And then you can click it and you can see all sorts of madness going on here. The one to scale it up is the corners. But actually, I also want to stretch it out without making it taller. And then stick it up roughly around about there. Really matter. But you just want to have a decent amount of space in there. And then you've got your fill color and your border color. Now, this black isn't doing it for me against the blue. I think we'll go for a sort of a yellow. Something, ooh, not so much that one. Maybe I want a darker one. So I'm going to go custom. Ooh, and it's left me in the yellow where I wanted to be. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Like a canary. Is that right? A canary yellow or a banana yellow? Let's say that. Right.
Custard yellow color.
Yeah, mustard. Yes, please do get us to there, Mr. Jones, if you dare.
Yeah, no worries. Right, here we go. This is the iPad app. As you can see, it looks really similar to what we've just seen on the browser, which is really cool. So I do like using the colored tiles on the desktop here. So I'm just going to tap that big green tile in the top right-hand corner that says create a graphic. Yep, here we go. I'm creating a graphic. So I want to sort out my background color. Let's just tap on the X so that we close this templates panel down, and then it'll give us the background color label there. You can see it a bit better. So if I tap on background color there at the top, and then I can go to more colors. Let's drop that down. And you could pick your favorite colors, or you could use your school colors. So I'm going to choose a lovely forest green as my first color here. There we go. And then we need to add in a rectangle. So I'm going to go to elements and we're going to scroll over to shapes there at the top. And then I just want that second rectangle there. So tap on that. It's going to add it onto my page. So now I'm just going to tap on the rectangle itself. Let's change the fill color. So on the top left-hand side there, tap on fill. And again, let's just choose a nice color that goes with that. Maybe a nice kind of gold. Yeah. And then I'm going to pop that up to the top, and I'm going to use the long side and bottom handles. So not the corner handles. I'm going to use the long handles. And this actually kind of trims out the shape of that shape rather than just kind of resizing it in proportion. Okay, lovely. I'm at the same place as Dom, so I'll pass back over. Oh, no, I haven't named it.
You can. Oh, you can.
Stop.
You can on the iPad.
Tap in there.
Golly gosh.
Then, yeah, just delete all of this.
Brand new feature.
Yeah, delete all of this rubbish. There we go. And this is my BTS graphic 2024.
Kira,
right, so that's renamed.
Proud.
Yeah, big school now. Missing out. School. Right. We're back with you.
Back over to the good stuff. Right. Let's go to text on the left-hand side. Add your text. All. And maybe I'll force it to go on to the next line. About me. Now, there's a few things going on here. One, it looks terrible. The other thing is it's aligned centrally. So click on the little alignment button and you can flick between right align, no thanks, left align, yes please. And then you can find a font that you like, or maybe, yeah, find a font that you like first. I'll tell you one that I do like. I wonder if it's in here. Yeah, Cairo. Nice. And I'm going to go for the Cairo black because that's the best one. I love it. And then I'm going to whack it up here. Ooh, it's just about fitting in. That's good. I like it. And then, like we did with the rectangle, you've got a fill color and an outline color. So the outline has a strike through, which means no outline. No, no. And then we can go to fill. And then here you want to just choose a color that you like. Now, one that is pretty cool would be like, yeah, that's nice. Maybe slightly darker. So just playing around with what this is going to kick out. That looks pretty cool. I like it. All about me. Now, once you've done that, that's good. It's there. It's what you need it to be. And then you're looking to put some text in. And so you can go to add your text again. Now, it will give you the same as before, the Cairo black. But actually, I want maybe I'll just make this regular. Yeah, that'll be fine. So then you can do things. So maybe I'll stretch this box out as well. Here we go. If you are struggling with time, just pause us. I know you can't rewind right now, but just pause us, catch up in your own time, then press play again. Okay, my name is, so let's put some spaces in. My name is Dom. Okay. So maybe I'm going to left align this, right, and then pull it into position. It's all looking a little bit big right now. So let's bring it down, because All About Me is the title. So we want that to be nice and big. And then put my name is Dom. And then if you wanted to, you could duplicate that. Bring it down around about there. I'm kind of lining it up. So one is aligned with all, one is aligned with about, and one is aligned with me. So I am 24 years old.
Lies.
If you swap those around, you're pretty close.
No, Dom.
No, Dom. I live in. I don't know what I'm going to put. I am from Liverpool. There you go.
You could say that you live in London, Dom. You don't need to embarrass.
No, but you know what? It makes me feel like I'm doing the dirty on Liverpool. So I'm going to put I am from Liverpool. So there we go. Get us to there, please, Mr. Jones.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the iPad, guys. So this hopefully is giving you, if you're on the browser now, this should be giving you some extra time to be messing around with what Dom just showed you. Right. So the first thing Dom did was a graphic saying all about me. It's not a graphic, a text box. So on the left-hand side there, down the left-hand menu bar, you can see text in the middle. I'm going to tap on that. And right at the top of the text panel, I've got the big blue button that says add your text. So there it is. Oh, here we go. Zoom crazy. So we're going to type in here all about me. There we go. And then I'm just going to tap bottom right so that we can hide my keyboard, so that we can just get that keyboard down out the way. And then it zooms back in on your canvas. Okay. Right. Now then, let's search for a font. So I'm going to tap on recommended there. And I'm just going to I'm just going to scroll over and pick a font here that kind of maybe says something about your personality. You know, this font doesn't need to be so clear. So if you're going to pick a kind of messy font, this is the place to have it. Right, there we go. I like that. That's a cool font. And I'm just going to resize my text box and move. Hey, here we go. And I'm going to move it up.
Yeah,
there we go. Now then, and I'm going to left align this. So I'm using that align button there underneath where it says the font name and the font size. You can see I've got an align button that you can toggle. And I'm going to change the color. So tap on fill in the bottom left there. Go to more colors. And think again now about this kind of color scheme that you're building up. So I'm going to go for a really dark green on this one. There we go. Right then. Now then, let's maybe shrink that down a little bit using the corner handle. I do need my yellow rectangle to be a little bit bigger. There we go. And now we're ready for that text that we've got at the side. So I'm going to add my text. And I'm going to type in here, my name is Meredith. Full stop. Meredith, no, then, yes. And then I'm going to just do all of this in one text box because, you know, I think that's a nice way to do it. So I'm going to hit the enter button, return, drop down to the next line. I am in year 5, seeing as we're lying about our age.
Year 53.
And then I live in Carmarthen,
The Promised Land.
the oldest town in Wales, don't you know? Founded by the Romans. We've got our very own amphitheatre here, Dominic, before you say anything nasty about Carmarthen. Right. So I've dropped my keyboard out of the way. So now let's look for a font. Now this time it's important that your font is nice and legible, really clear to read. That's what I like about looking at these recommended fonts. I like scrolling really quickly through them and see which one kind of jumps out to me as that's easy to read. So for example, that's easy to read. So it kind of allows you to audition them all. Right, there we go. I'll close down that, that recommended panel, and I'm going to left align this. Now, Dom spaced his text out. Now, we can do that by using the text spacing button, which is just here.
Oh,
and I can just drop down my line spacing a little bit.
Lovely.
There we go. We've caught up. Right, let's pass it back over to Dom. We're still getting some comments in. That's great. Lovely to hear from you guys. Just a quick blast. We've got
I blasted while you were deep in thought.
Campus, Golden Penavan. There we go. Anybody else?
He never listens to a word I say. I've blasted all these.
Yeah, they want to hear them being said, Dom. You know, they want to hear
anyone you can do. Try saying that one.
It's Talmona.
I don't know.
I think so.
In the comments if that was any good. I didn't think I wanted to do that one personally.
Yeah.
Right. Let's crack on. Hopefully, people aren't because we are passing back and forth. Don't worry if you don't get it first time, you're getting a second time at everything. So you will get used to it. Don't worry too much. Let's go to elements next. Right. Now, handily, you can see this first one in rectangles here. It's just down here. If you click it, the reason why this one is good is because it already gives you a fill color and a border, and we want both of those things. Right. So in terms of what we're going to do here, we need, you can play around with, I think follow the layout roughly exactly. But then you can play around with fills and borders and stuff like that. Now you can see the double arrow here. I can flick that around. I think I'm going to have a white border, but then, sorry, not a white border, a white fill color, but the border I can choose. Now, here's a handy little tip, seeing as Mr. Jones has given out handy little tips left, right, and center. You can match your colors using the color dropper here. Give it a little click, and I want to match it to the color in All About Me. There we go. Nice. Perfect.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
That is called style, people. You won't see that with Mr. Jones. You'll get it all from me. Right. And then I'll drag that out and then drag that down. Roughly, that is pretty much what we need. Maybe it could be a bit bigger, actually. Yeah, cool. That's fine. Now that you've done one, rather than kind of go through that rigmarole, that process every single time, you can just duplicate with it selected. So if I click off, click back on, click duplicate, you get exactly the same thing. And I'm just going to pop it over here. Now look at all of those alignment lines. Brilliant. That's what we're looking for. In fact, that is probably better. I don't know. You can play around with it. Now, I don't want it to be this big, though, because I want to split this one up. So I'm going to just tuck it up there. And then once that one's done, I'm going to tuck that one down there. You see? So I've used,
it looks good.
Yeah, I've used the same box kind of 3 times. Okay, use the same box 3 times. Mr. Jones is going to go through this, so don't worry about it. If you're struggling with this, you'll get a second look. I'm going to duplicate it one more time, bring it down to the bottom. Now I'm going to align it. You can see it's aligning just there to the left of the box above it. Let's get it roughly in position. There we go. Spacing, nice. And then I'm going to drag this one all along until it hits the edge of that one. You see there? Pink line again. Nice. All right. Boxes. Let's get boxing. Off you go, Mr. Jones.
Yeah. It's Boxing Day. Right. Now then. Oh, that was bad. Right, okay. I'm going to tap on elements on the left-hand side, and across the top here, go to shapes, and you can see there in rectangles, it's the very first one there. It's a rounded rectangle, or as Dom taught me, a squircle. So I'm going to tap on that, and I'm going to bring that in. So, yeah, I want to swap these colors. So I want to change my fill color to be white. Lovely. And then the border color, again, we're going to tap on that eyedropper tool right at the top. And I move my eyedropper over to the yellow, and there it is. It's set. Now, I can then increase my border. Yeah, I can increase my border thickness. Now, this is interesting. If you're happy with that border thickness, if you use the corner handles, you see that actually changes the thickness of the border as well. It makes the border thicker. So if you want to keep the border the same width, use the long handles to resize it, and then it'll actually keep your border the same size every time. Right, that's my first one. I'm just going to duplicate. There we go. Super quick now, because you've seen Dom do this already. Duplicate again. Duplicate again. There we go. And I'm just going to, and then those pink guidelines are just helping me. And I just need the bottom of this to line up. There we go. Things are a bit not spaced out very well. So I'm going to pass back to Dom, and I'm just going to mess around with my kind of layout there, because I think everything's a bit over to the left. So back to you, Dom.
Cool. Okay, right. So the next thing we're going to do here is each one of these boxes is going to contain some information. So let's give a title to each one of these boxes. And we're going to do that again by using the duplicate function. So we're going to go to text on the left-hand side, add your text. So it's chosen Cairo Black again, but actually the one that we wanted was regular, I think. Did we want regular? Let's have a look. If I click on my name is Dom here, Cairo Bold, right? Let's use that one. So click on add your new text here, and let's change this to bold. Beautiful. And I'm going to stretch it out so we've got a nice big box. It's still not going onto one line. It's still not going onto one line. That's unusual. Right. Let me add some text in. My self-portrait. Okay, my self-portrait. So that's going to be the first thing, and it's going to go in this tall box here, the tall box. So let's get this text looking like how I want it to look. First thing I'm going to do is go down to shape, or in Northern Ireland, shape. Click that one. You can the first option you get is this one where it just goes behind the text itself, and that's the one I'm going to use. That's a good one. Now, text fill, I'm going to go for white. So you can go into custom or swatches. If you're in custom, just pull your little circle slider right up into the top left. That is always pure white. Bottom left is always pure black. So let's go pure white at the top. And then shape, fill. Again, you've got two options here. You could go into swatches. Is it in your swatches? No, it's not. So I'm going to use my dropper tool again. And then I will go into my text, select that color. Right, this is all nice and uniform. Our friend Carl Webster, if you remember him, the legend that is, would be very, very happy at what we're doing here. And then I'm roughly kind of making it the kind of size that I want it to be, and then just pop it down the bottom of this one, I think. My self-portrait, you want it roughly in the middle, so you can use your arrows on your keyboard to kind of shove it around, but also you can change the shape size. So if I don't know if you can see, let me just zoom in here. If I change the set shape size slider, you can see it's kind of extending up at the top and the bottom. So maybe I'll make it a bit chunkier, shape size around about 70, something like that. Cool. And then I'm zooming out to get this on screen. Nice. Maybe just make the whole box a little bit smaller. And there is a point to taking some time on this bit, is because once you've got it right, then you're like, right, this is perfect. I'm going to duplicate this for all my other boxes. So I can duplicate here. You see the way you do that? If I click off, click on my self-portrait, click on the three dots there, duplicate, and it gives you another one. And this one I'll put my three favorite things. Then I can pop this up here. Now this box is too big for this top thing here. So what I'll do is I'll just change the size of the box until it forces it onto 2 lines. And then I can just pop it at the top here. If you still think it's too big, then actually just change the size of the text. As long as the style is the same, then we're all good. We're all happy and no one's going to beat down your door. Right, that one's good. Once you're happy with that, I'm going to duplicate, bring this one down, and I'm just going to pop in something like best thing this summer. And then the next one, got this one selected, 3 dots, duplicate, drag this down. And this one, I can put it right in the middle. You can see there's an arrow going all the way from the top to the bottom of this. And I could put, select all my text, things I'm looking forward to in school. And this one, I'll make the box bigger because there's enough space here. And I'll also make the text bigger, I think. There we go. And then just make sure it's lined up again. There it is, top to bottom. Nice. That's good for me. Right. So that's making one piece of text and duplicating it 3 times, just playing around with size of text, size of box, things like that. But you keep the format of the box the same. Mr. Jones.
All right, here we go. So left-hand side, text. And I'm going to tap add your text at the top. So in here, I'll just start off with my favorite things. My favorite things. There we go. And then drop down my keyboard out of the way. So this font, I wanted to match the font that I've got on this text box. So the font I've got there is Thur Sans Compressed Heavy. So if I tap on this new text box that says my favorite things, and where you can see the font drop down there, Source Sans 3, if I drop that down, it actually shows, you see in use, it shows me which fonts I've actually got in use already on this document. And there's the second one there is the one that I want, Thur Sans Compressed Heavy. Great, there we go. Right, let's add a shape. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of this text editing panel. You can see shape at the bottom there. So I'm going to tap on that. And it's going to add just this simple rectangle in there. You can see all of the shapes. If you tap on the no entry sign at the top left there, you can see that you can actually see all of these different shapes you can add to your text box. It's not really obvious once you just add that first one. When you switch off it, you can see all of the options there. I'm going to go for this pill shape one in the second line. I like that. That's cool. And now I need to change. Now, it's actually given me the correct color anyway. There's a chance you'll get that'll happen, that the shape will be in the color of your outline. If not, you need to just go back into the options by tapping on that little toggle there. On the shape fill, as Dom showed us, we use the eyedropper and we just tap on the color that you want. Okay, mine was right there anyway. Now I'm going to go and change the text fill to white. Do you know what? That is not great on there. So it's because my frame is quite light, white text isn't going to work. So I could leave it as black, or I think it'd be quite nice if I used this green that I've got in the background. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Right, now then, let's just resize that and pop it into its place like this. You could even use the rotation tool just to rotate it a little bit if you want.
Now
I'm going to do
the rotation tool appear. How do you get that
Sorry?
to appear? How do you get the rotation tool here?
Yeah, it always is there. Whenever you tap on a text box, you see it underneath in that blue circle. You've got the rotation tool there. And you just hold that blue circle and spin your box around. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm just going to rotate these text boxes to be how I like. It's up to you how you want this to look. And I'm going to now just go into these and change the text to be the correct label. So I'm just going to show you one of those because it's the same process 3 times, and then I'll pass back to Dom. So this one here, this is the self-portrait. So there it is. I'm going to double tap in there. And now you can see I can delete that. I can use this blue dot at the bottom of the cursor to bring that right back. I can go my self-portrait. There we go. And then if I tap that button right at the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to hide the keyboard and zoom back out. Okay. I'm just going to do that now for the other 2 labels that I need to change. But in the meantime, let's pass back to Dom.
Cool.
Okay.
Right. I think we should probably go straight to the text to image then. You happy with that, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, great. Yeah, do it.
Cool. This is going to be funky. Right. So on the left-hand side, click on media. And what you're going to do now is you're going to create a self-portrait. Now, this is going to be a lot of fun. So you can see here, you've got this option to do text to image. This is where we're going to use artificial intelligence. So give that a click. Now, what kind of image size do you want? Well, we've got a portrait, which is kind of, this kind of shape, tall, like you would get in a normal kind of portrait painting, for example. So we're going to go for that one. That'll fit our box kind of nicely. If you want to now, you can kind of size it up and get it roughly into the right position. There we go. And I'll stick it around about there. That'll be fine. I think that's dead center in my box. And now on the left-hand side, you can see a little box and it says, describe what you'd like to see. So let's put, for me, I'll put school boy with blonde hair and glasses in a, let's say, blue school uniform, wearing a backpack. Anything else? That is probably enough, I think.
What's in the background? What's in the background, Dom?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get rid of the background.
Yeah, well, actually, so there's 2 things you can do here. It'll probably just generate a background for you, and then you can remove it. Or you could actually say on a white background, something like that. Content type, I think here a good one would be art. That would be a good one to go for, or, graphics, something like that. That might be quite cool. Let's go for art here. And then once you're ready, there are all sorts of techniques and stuff like that. But right now, I think just a standard art one would be great. And then you click generate. This is going to do all sorts of funky things where it's analyzing your text and saying, well, what would be the best sort of representation of these words you put in there? It's never going to be 100% correct, but it can be pretty close. Hey, look at this. I love it. Right. So number 1's pretty good. Number 3 is pretty good. Number 3 is kind of like, it's quite casual. There's no tie in there. So I think I'll go for number 1. And then when you're happy with the one that you want, you can just click anywhere in the sort of gray area here, and that will commit your choice. Now, it has actually given me a sort of not a white background. It's kind of like a sort of soft gray background. So all I need to do is make sure that image is selected and then press remove background. You can see the dog. Who knows why it's a dog? And then wonderful. That has taken all of that background away. And then I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger so it fits perfectly in the middle of my box there. That was easy. Happy days.
That's really cool.
Mr. Jones, do you want to have a little crack at that?
Yeah, great. So on the left-hand side, we tap on media, and there you can see the gray button that says text to image. Right. So Dom wrote this out as a kind of a sentence. So that's one way you can do it. You could also just add them as short descriptions separated with full stops. So I can just put in here, boy, full stop, wearing dark green school uniform, full stop, yellow shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Stripy tie, Wearing glasses, spiky brown hair, and then I'm gonna do oak trees in the background. So
Wow.
if you maybe you could describe something that's in your village or near your school, or you know, if there's a castle or something like that, you could whatever you want. Right, I'm going to go with that, and then I'm going to scroll down and I just have a look in these themes, guys. There's loads of fun stuff in here. I really like this cartoon one. Okay, so maybe if you're into Minecraft and Roblox, you could choose pixel art. That's going to give you some interesting results. So I'm going to tap generate on that, and hopefully this is going to give me a really accurate, because I added loads of separate descriptions. That's what's great about this AI text image, is that you can type in long descriptions full of adjectives, or you can split it up using full stops like I did. There we go. Cool.
Nice.
Well, that's pretty good there. That's pretty good. So I actually like the background. I'm not going to be removing it. So what I'm going to do though is crop it, I think. So if I want to go back now to the image editing, I just need to tap the X. You see at the top left, it says text to image. You got that X there, and that just brings you back to the image editing panel. So I'm just going to crop this to a rounded rectangle. There we go.
So that was in shapes on the second row. I just saw that.
Yes, yeah, crop, and then down the bottom, halfway down there. Yeah, and then tap away. There we go. And that's kind of cropped. So I could just mess around now and kind of move it around, resize it a bit. Maybe I want to pop that behind my text box there, the self-portrait text box. So to do that, I tap the text box, and on the right-hand side, you can see the layer stack. I can just drag that text box above the image so that, oh, it didn't do it. Drag that above the image. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
I'm happy with that.
you can also do it with those 3 dots, can't you?
Yeah, you could do 3 dots, send backwards, bring to front, all that kind of stuff you've probably seen on other apps before. Right, back to Monsieur Trainer.
Right. Okay. So here's where we're going to do. We're going to fill out our other boxes. So we've got my 3 favorite things. So you can do this in different ways, but an easy way would just be, you know, get some text, add your text, and you can do something like, let's say swimming, and then you could do baked beans, and obviously you would do budgies. So there's the kind of swimming in baked beans with a budgie, and then you can stick them in there, and you just have to play with your text box, and that will automatically change the size of the text. This is actually center aligned now. I think that actually works in this box. You can change the alignment by going over here, and it will just do it automatically. But actually, centered is good. Fancy tricks that Mr. Jones shows us are things like text spacing. You can change the line spacing if you want to spread it out just a little bit.
Miss Hutchinson is very happy with her AI portrait. It's knocked years off.
I doubt that, Miss Hutchinson. I doubt that. You're so young that only a couple maybe, but that's still good. And then, you know, you can, if you wanted to, you can, you know, change it up so it fits in there. Just play around with the size. And then obviously you need to do this for all of the boxes. So, well, you don't necessarily need to do all the boxes. So I'm gonna stop myself there. Because what you can do to kind of make this a little bit more fun and intriguing is you can go over to elements, and you can go to design assets. If you need to scroll over, go to design assets, and then maybe my 3 favorite things. What do I want to put in here? Maybe I'll look for parakeet. I'm gonna go, yeah, I got a parakeet. Check that out. So I could get that. And I've got a little parakeet in there. and I can
Are you trying to avoid spelling budgerigar?
How dare you suggest such a thing? Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna put instead of putting budgerigar, because I can't remember for the life of me how to spell that. So I'll put that one in there. And you could also, flip this around and have it sort of at 90 degrees, getting some maths in there, and then have it hanging onto the side of your box there, which is pretty cool. And then you can change up the size. So that's a way to make things more lively. Best thing this summer. I think the best thing that I did this summer was probably bike riding. So let me go and just put bike in there. Did a lot of bike riding with my eldest. And there we go. We can get a bike, stick it in there, nice. So it doesn't have to be something incredible, like I won the World Chess Championships for P6 this year. Maybe not, just something really simple. Maybe you went and played football with your mates in the park. Maybe you went and baked a cake, whatever it is. Best thing this summer, mine was riding a bike. And things I'm looking forward to at school. Again, I'm just going to stay within design assets. So you can put text in like I did with swimming and baked bean and budgerigars, also known as parakeets. Otherwise, you can say what things you're looking forward to in school. Well, maybe this term you're going to play basketball. That'd be pretty cool. So you've got all sorts of things that you can stick in here. That one's good, actually. I like that. And they'll just roughly go in the center, and you can pop them in there. What was your favorite thing at school, Mr. Jones?
Music for me. Yeah, playing in the orchestra.
Let's put choir in there. Ooh, yeah, nice. Maybe like sing. Yeah, we got some good ones here. Some absolutely random ones as well. There's an actual budgerigar in there. Oh, that looks like Mr. Jones. I'll put that one in. That's great.
Thank you. Oh yes, a minstrel. Yes, wonderful.
Strumming, wandering minstrel.
Now we're talking. Troubadour.
So there you go. And what else are you looking forward to? What I loved in school was Spanish. I absolutely love Spanish. Hola. That's the extent of my Spanish. There we go. Put that in there. And then maybe the last one is I'm really looking forward to science. And maybe we'll get I'm looking forward to blowing things up in the classroom, man. And then you can put it in there. Yeah, that's cool. So there we go. That's how you create things like that. Mr. Jones, what have you got for us?
Now then, yeah, let's go. All right, so let's add some text. So text, add your text. And what's the first one? My favorite things is football. Next line is drum lessons.
Oh, yeah.
And pizza. Here we go. So drop that down. Now, again, I don't want this to be green. So on the iPad, it keeps kind of thinking that you want the keyboard, and sometimes you don't, So just keep telling it no. And then there it is. So I'm just going to resize that, and I'm going to change the fill color to black. Yeah, that's better.
I think if you tap in the gray section and then tap the text, I think it's a flashing cursor, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go left align for that. There we go. And do you know what? Next door to the align button, you've got the bullet button. So I quite like that. Nice. Or you can tap the bullet button again, and it'll give you numbers.
Nice.
Or you can tap that again, and it gets rid of it. So, I'll go with bullets, I think. There we go. Like that. Now, I'm going to duplicate this and bring it down to the next box. Not bullets here. And tap on that. My favorite thing this summer was we went down to Llan Steffan Beach and we had chips. And the chips on Llan Steffan Beach are the best chips in the world. So, chip.
Very bold claim.
I will back it up. I think they're the best in the world. Chips on Llan Steffan Beach. There we go. Cool. And then let's just, there we go, resize that. Now then, I'll pop into the elements. Now then, remember that this app was made by Americans. So if I look for chips in the design assets, it's probably going to give me crisps.
Ah.
Oh, look at this madness. I'm just going to give me computer chips. So what am I going to need to look for, Dom?
Fries.
Fries. I need to look
There
for
was
fries.
like one solitary carton of chips there, wasn't there?
Yeah, this one looks all right, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Oh, that fits your vibe perfectly.
Yeah, it's bang on with the colours, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right, there we
yeah.
go. I got chips like that, Stefan Beach there. Let's get a football. Now maybe I'll have to search for soccer, but yeah, it's giving me a football. There we go. That's fine. Cool. Pop that up there. All right, and then things I'm looking forward to. I'm going to duplicate this text box that's got the bullet points. Duplicate. Bring it down. Tappy tappy. Let's get rid of these two. And then things I'm looking forward to are competing at the Eisteddfod. And I'm looking forward to going to Llangranog camp.
Oh, Llangranog. T. Cloud Jones country.
Then. And I'm looking forward to when we go for school swimming lessons. And I got one eye ahead on sports day.
Oh, yeah.
And you are never as far away from sports day as you are right now, friends. So
exactly. Start counting those macros, get your protein on board.
Bring that down there. So then I'll just go in and just search for maybe swimming. And you don't need to show all. Everything you've typed doesn't have to have an image to go with it. You just pop a few of them on here. There we go. And maybe camping as well. I mean, Llangranog doesn't have tents anymore, but it used to back in the day.
Oh, cool. This is nice.
They're posh dorms now these days, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. I'm really happy with that. I'm done. Back to you, Mr. Trader.
Right.
There you go.
Well, here you go. You've got yourself a fully working poster here of all the things, and people can learn about you. But now we need to funk it up a bit. So, Mr. Jones, you're a man of experience. What do you think is the best way for us to go about this? Do you think we should do some animated lips and put them straight on?
Absolutely. It's the most fun thing in Express, I think, pretty much.
Right. Okay. So what I want to do here is I've got my man down here. Look at him as a jolly fellow. And what I want to do is I want to animate him so that, well, at least I want to put some speech on there so he can say things about what are the things he's looking forward to do in schools. So if you're on the browser, so if you're on a laptop or a desktop or a PC or whatever, it's quite easy to do this by going over to media, going over to videos, and what you will see here is it's coming soon on the iPad. There is also a way to do it on the iPad as well, so hang tight because this will show you through the process. You can go to animate characters. This is animate from audio, which you may or may not have used before, but if you give that a click, opens up this little pop-up window, and it says lots of animated characters in here. They're all loading a bit here, but if you go to instead of having a character in there, if you see, there you go, they've all loaded in now. We've already got our character. We generated our character using text to image.
Hang on. Do you want to duplicate your page first so that we keep a clean version?
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Yeah,
maybe.
That's a good shout.
You might want to print this out.
Yeah, so if you do want to print this out and you want to sort of do this funky thing on a new thing, on a new sort of page, go up to your top right here, go to add and go to duplicate. And what that means is you've got a graphic there, which you can use and you can print out and you can put it wherever you like. But actually, we're going to work on this one as an animated version of that, which actually turns it into a video. So they're two different things. So let's go back to animate characters here. Good shout from Mr. Jones. And And instead of a character, what we actually want to do is select the category here, and you can go all the way down to mouth only.
Yes.
Okay, here's where we're getting funky. Right. I'm going to select caricature lips. There you go. You can see them right there. Now, background. I want transparent.
Yeah.
I want a transparent background. Mr. Jones, are you going to do yours on white?
No, I'll do transparent as well. It'll be fine.
Okay, fine. We're going to do transparent. That means we're only going to get the lips. And then in terms of size, well, actually, it doesn't really matter here, does it?
No.
Just checking with Mr. Jones. Yeah, okay, fine. Right. So down the bottom of this, you've got enhanced speech. Flick that on, and that'll mean all the background noise in your classroom will go away. Honestly, it's extremely powerful and extremely good. Ooh, do you know what I've just realized is that maybe I'm going to have to switch over the sound very quickly. Right. Let me go. Let me just go here.
Can't hear you. I mean, the piece is nice, but we can't hear you.
Oh, hang on. I think I know. Hang on.
No, I can't hear you.
Oh, well, that was never mind. Yeah, no, I've sorted that. Right. Okay. Well, we're not gonna see the full effect of this, which is a shame. I've still not got my head around how to do that. But what I want to do here is in my back to school graphic, I'm going to record my voice. So what I think I'm going to say here is I'm going to say some of the things that I'm looking forward to doing when I'm back in school. So let's go for record. I'm going to allow my microphone. Hello there, my name's Dom, and this year I'm really looking forward to playing basketball, doing some science and blowing up the classroom, and learning some Spanish. And then just click done. There was something else that I wanted to put in there, but I couldn't remember what it was, quite frankly, but that's fine. Just want to show you how it works. And so it's going to animate, it says animate characters, but actually what it's doing is it's animating the lips. And because it's on a transparent background, when we pull that into our graphic, we're gonna resize those lips and put it right on top of that young boy's mouth. The poor thing. So it's waiting in the queue. Maybe while we're doing that, maybe we should just nip over to the iPad and get started on it. It might be a while.
We got some smart-looking pupils over in Llwynarayos, thanks to AI. Well, lovely.
That's what we
I'm
like.
sure they always look smart in Llwynarayos. Right, now then, on the iPad, we can do what Dom's just done, but we've got to do it in a slightly different way. Let's duplicate this page. So we're going to tap on the plus in the top right-hand corner there, just under your avatar, and duplicate. There we go. So we've got my second page ready. So now we need to actually step out of the project back to the Adobe Express homepage. So we do that by tapping on the Express logo in the top left-hand corner. Okay. So now that we're here, you can see we've got that big blue tile in the middle that says animate your voice. So I'm going to tap on that. All right. And it remembers the last thing you did. So I'm already set up. But you basically need to go to character and scroll down to mouth only, and then choose one of the sets of lips that you think is most hilarious. Make sure that background is set to transparent. And then, as Dom showed you, if you're in a noisy classroom, which I'm sure you all are, tap the enhanced speech button to turn that on. And then you're ready to record. So here we go. Allow the microphone. Yes, I will. Hello, my name is Meredith. The best thing I did this summer was to have the best chips ever on Llan Steffan Beach. But now I'm just happy to be back in school with all of my friends. Then tap done. Now then, here's what's different. On Dom's, when this is done, it'll actually put those lips straight back into the project. Okay? Whereas with mine, we're going to have to open it up in its own project and copy and paste it over. All right. So mine's really fast. So should we hang around here? Because I think if you've been following Dom, you'll just have your lips on the page ready. So maybe I should get you to that point. Yeah, we're nearly done. There we go, wrapping up, and it's done. Okay, so there's my lips ready. I can tap play there and see it. There we go, excellent. Now then, if I tap open in editor, it's basically opened up a new project in Express. So what we want to do is get these lips from this new project back to that project we were working on. So that's really easy. You can just tap on the lips. Okay, here they are. And go to the three dots and copy. All right. And now that's all I need to do is go back to the Adobe Express homepage by tapping on the Express logo on the top. You can see right down at the bottom of my screen, we got the recent projects. So that second one along there is the one that we've been working on. So I'll just tap on that. And we're back into this project. Now, remember, we want this to go on page 2. I'm already on page 2. You can see above the page, it says page 2 of 2. So if I tap on the gray around my project there, anywhere, and hold my finger down, so you've got to hold your finger down, the long press, it'll give you the paste option, and there we go. It's bringing in my lips. It's loading it up.
Cool.
Yeah, so let's jump over to Dom whilst mine's loading in and see how you're getting on, Dom.
Can you hear me again now?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Perfect. Yeah, I was trying to make sure that this thing came into my work, and it wasn't working as I hoped. So anyway, let me try and what I did was once I recorded mine, it brought it straight in. It kind of popped it right in the center here. And what you can see is it created this kind of video timeline down the bottom here. There's a little drop down arrow actually, which means you can hide that bit, but then you can go back to edit timeline. There we go. And now if I zoom into my page using my 2 fingers on my trackpad, I can open this up and you can see I've got this fine set of lips here. And then all I need to do is pop that roughly over the top of my unfortunate school child here. Let's get it. I just played it. Amazing. So you can pop it in there, and roughly you want to get it right in the middle. And sometimes you just use your up and down arrows. That's kind of the best way to make it. Just slightly nudge up and slightly nudge down if the trackpad isn't put it in the perfect place. Have a quick look. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And now down on the bottom here, you won't be able to hear my sound right now, but all of that stuff that I recorded is now animated in the lips. Pretty cool. Let me just see.
Really cool.
Yeah. Can you hear any sound now? No?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. So anyway, it is actually saying all of those things that I've put in there, which is cool. And then all you need to do then, once you're happy with it, is you can go to add audio down the bottom here, give it a click. And then in terms of search audio, you've got different things like sound effects and also soundtracks. The soundtracks will usually be much, much longer. I'm just going to go for lo-fi. That normally gives some pretty cool and chill background kind of loops. I'm going to play this. You can preview them, you see, by pressing the little play. You won't be able to hear mine because it'll start creating interference between my 2 computers. But you can click them and have a little listen. If that's the one you like, then just give it a big click right in the middle. And then you can see down the bottom, it adds it to your audio. So now, even though you can't hear it, what's happening here is I've got a soundtrack, and I've also got my young man down here talking about all the things that I really liked or I'm looking forward to doing in school. You can see if you zoom in, you can click, and maybe I just need to just resize it ever so slightly. I don't want it to be too small. It needs to fit over and above and sort of over to the sides of the lips as they are now. That looks pretty decent to me. I'm happy with that. And the only other thing to be very conscious of here is you've got a certain level of sound that your lips are producing here. And you can see if you click on your lips, and have the volume at 100%. That's what you want. You want the speech to be 100%. But then if you click here down the bottom on your soundtrack, you'll see that that is also set at 100%. And the problem there is you're going to have competing sound, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that your speech is up here and your soundtrack is kind of really quite down low. So I'm going to keep my speech at 100%. Let's click the lips again. You can see the volume is 100. And then I'm going to click on my soundtrack, and roughly what you want is to bring that right down. Yeah, I mean, anything between sort of 15 and 20. And when you've got it, you've got a playhead down here, which you can move back and forwards. Put that to the left, give it a play, have a listen, make sure that your speech can be heard above your soundtrack. That's really, really important. Okie dokie. So let's just review what we've got on this page here before we pass back to Mr. Jones. We've got an animated video here, animation of the lips, soundtrack on there. We've got a video. You can see down here, it's a 14-second video. You see there, 14 seconds. But then also, if we flick between our pages, we've also got a static 2D graphic as well. So once you've done that, are you ready, Mr. Jones, or shall I carry on?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Go on then. Give us a go and see what you've got. See if you can bring your sound. It would be great to hear something.
I don't think I'm going to be able to with the iPad.
Not to worry. Let's see what you've got.
No, creating a loop, yeah.
That is the problem. Multi-screening.
Oh yeah, if I mute everything for me, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I can't hear you, but you might be able to hear this now then. If I click play, I think.
Share your screen.
Let's go. Let's give it a go. Hello, my name is Brian. The best thing I did this summer was to have the best. Oh, we're still on your screen. Yeah.
Still on my screen. There we go.
I know I can't hear you because I muted everything. Right, here we go. Here is my project. All right, let's zoom in a bit and let's just try it. There might be a horrible echo here, but you'll hear something. I can't take that back. There we go. Right. Okay. Right. Let's give it a go. Hello, my name is Brian. The best thing I did this summer was to have the best shift ever on Stefan B. Right. I stopped it halfway because I think the echo got a bit crazy. But I think you caught the beginning, right?
Yeah, but we get the picture. We just want to hear that. And then what about adding a soundtrack on top of that then?
Yeah, so soundtracks, you go to media and you go to audio at the top. And then you've got all of these. You can scroll through. So you've got different categories. So maybe you like a bit of, I like a bit of dance. So if I tap there then on the play button, it'll give me a preview of it. If I like that, I tap on the name itself, bam, and it's going to add it, there we go, to my timeline. You can see that green clip at the bottom. And yet nobody needs their music at 100%. Let's bring that right down to a 10. There we go, something like that. All right, Tom, back to you, I think.
Cool. Right.
There you go.
So we're there. So the only thing that we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to download things, how to share things. So you have got, don't forget, you've got 2 pages here. You've got your graphic, and then you've got your animated video graphic as well. So on the first one here, you've got a little download button at the top. If you want to download it, you can by clicking there, and then it will download the selected page. That's what we want. The file format will be PNG. That's great for images. Download, and it will download to your computer with the name of the project that you gave it at the start. So that's pretty cool. And then the next thing you're going to do is you can do the same for your animated video graphic. So you can download it. I'm probably not going to suggest that you don't download this, but for either of these projects, you can also press share. and you can add people via their emails up here if you want them to collaborate on the project with you. You can also send it to Google Classroom if that's what you're using, send it to Microsoft Teams if that's what you're using, or you can click View Only link. This is the same as Publish as it used to be. Click on the View Only link, and then it gives you the choice then to say whether you want it to be for both page 1 and page 2. So you got your video in there. But if not, you can, well, let's just say yes, we want to do that. And then we'll go to create link, and this will create a link, which means that anybody who you give this link to, it won't be searchable. It won't be searchable, but anyone that you give this link to will be able to see your work, and they'll be able to scroll through page to page from that animated graphic on page 2, the static graphic on page 1, and there will be a link that they can go and view that whenever and however they like. All right, what about the iPad for sharing? And then we'll knock it off, I think.
Yeah, fine. So it's basically, it used to be really different, but now it's exactly the same. If you want to download that to your device, you've just got the download button. Download as an MP4. Or the best thing to do, really, as Dom said, is to click share and tap a view only link, and that'll create a URL that people can click on to get to your wonderful work. Okay, that's it. So as you can see, the iPad and the browser are so similar now. I mean, bringing in the animate character into the all-in-one editor, that's on the way. Drawing isn't in the iPad app at the moment. That's coming really soon. But otherwise, as you can see, it's 95% identical. Next week, Dom, what have we got on?
Yeah, next week we've got some teacher training. If any teachers out there want to get more hands-on with Express, we've got an ACE or Adobe Creative Educator Level 1 training. And then also, apart from a back to school that we're doing tomorrow, next week is Roald Dahl Day. So we've got one happening on the Thursday if you want to get ahead. And then Roald Dahl Day is actually on the Friday. I'm correcting that, I think.
Yes,
I think Thursday is the day before. So if you want to get prepped and ready for Roald Dahl Day, or if you want to get prepped so that you can teach other classes within your school on Roald Dahl Day, that would be pretty cool. So we've got Thursday and Friday next week, Roald Dahl Day. Get stuck in, get involved. All teachers know how to get that. Staff training will be on bit.ly/ACE interested. And to sign up for the new Roald Dahl sessions, go to bit.ly/Adobe leaders. That's a wrap, I think.
Yeah, if you posted anything on social media, if you're sharing this first digital session back, then make sure you tag us in at Adobe for Edu, so our bosses are happy that we're working hard. At Dom Trainer, at Meredith J. We would appreciate that. We get so we text each other straight away once we get tagged and stuff, because it's so cool seeing pictures of you guys having fun in class. So if you post it online, teachers, then tag us in. We'd love to see it. Right, there we go. We're bang on time, I think. Oh, we got 2 new comments. What have we got? Diolch yn fawr. We've enjoyed it. That's great. Diolch I chi, Ysgol Nant y Groes. See you on another one. Oh, it's fine, Dory. Don't worry about that. That's fine, yes. And this one from Mr. Alcon as well. Yeah, that's the thing. You can always catch up later. And remember, with the other sessions, if you're joining us again, some schools drop off after the first activity. That's absolutely fine as well. We'll be emailing you with information about certificates and pizza parties. And until then, we'll see you on the next one. Toodaloo, Dom.
Well done. Good stuff, everyone.
Ta-da.